Guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. In today's episode, we're talking about how the new Jason Bourne film has gone into development. We'll talk a bit more about that, and we got an announcement today of the Karate Kid, and that Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan will both be starring in this movie with a new Karate Kid. What does that mean? What does that mean? And what's going to happen with that film? Is it connected to Cobra Kai? We're going to talk about it. Also, James Gunn is in talks with Nicholas Hoult to star in his Superman legacy film as Lex Luthor. And our final topic we will talk about is Sony has hinted, maybe like rumored, it's been leaked maybe a little bit, that in Spider-Man 4 that the Sony universe will be crossing over and merging into the MCU. Is that good or bad, and what does that mean for Spider-Man going forward? So, let's get into it and let's talk about it. Welcome to Let's Talk About It. Here we go! Say yeah! Woohoo! Oh, that's a great line. That is a great line.
Almost fucking killed me! You're welcome!
Alright guys, welcome to this episode. A lot of news came out. A lot of news come out since the last episode came out. Some news, Superman Legacy news, but we can get all that. First, we're going to start with these smaller topics, First up, according to Variety, a new Jason Bourne movie is at the works at Universal, being directed by Edward Berger, who directed All Quiet on the Western Front, which took home the Oscar for Best Foreign Film last year. Now, I was just thinking about this the other day. We haven't had a Jason Bourne movie in a while, and we have a lot more action heroes today. We got John Wick. Like, John Wick is the most notable one I can think of. We got Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible films with Ethan Hunt. Those are rocking. Those making like $500 million at the box office. So I think it's about time we get a new Jason Bourne film. Now, this is just in development. It was just announced. Was any confirmation that Matt Damon might be coming back? All that was announced is that it's being worked on right now in development. There's been no script, and they said it's going to be a very, very long time until we get this movie. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed the last Jason Bourne film. I thought it was good. And I thought it was enjoyable. I thought, yeah, it was okay. But I don't think it did stellar numbers at the box office. They do stellar numbers. But it is a $1.6 billion franchise. They've had, I believe, 4 films? Yeah, 4. No, there's 5 films. There's the other one with Jeremy Renner. And I'm excited to see where this goes. But we're going to get probably more news on it. A couple more months about casting, but they haven't written a script yet, so let's just hold off and getting our excitement too high. But yeah, alright, let's jump into this next topic that we have, which just came out like a few hours ago. So, according to Variety, and they did put a YouTube video for it, that a new Karate Kid movie is coming, and it's tonight. Jackie Chan from the rebooted Karate Kid with Jaden Smith. And also, the Karate Kid himself, Ralph Macchio, from the three Karate Kid movies, and Cobra Kai. And this is very exciting for me. I fell in love, probably like most of you, with the Karate Kid franchise through Cobra Kai. I love that show. I love the characters on it. And then I learned, after watching, I'm like, oh, there's a movie coming out, a new movie coming out. And I'm like, new movie. Like, I thought Cobra Kai was kind of the new Karate Kid thing, but this is a new movie. And I was really surprised also that Jackie Chan's in it. Because, you watch that movie and there's really no connections at all to the original Karate Kid movie. But I think that was a okay movie. It was okay. But it's really awesome to see both of them uniting. Having the Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio, and one of the best, action actors in the world or of old time with Jackie Chan. It's going to be a really fun time. And I guess, the question now we're asking is, who's going to be the new Karate Kid? Is this taking place also in the Cobra Kai universe? Is Cobra Kai canon to this? A lot more questions need to be asked. The movie is coming out, I believe, December 2024, so we're about a year away from it. And I don't think they're casting right now. They didn't even start shooting this thing yet. So they're going to start rallying up since the strike's now over. They can start getting, and I believe they're going to be looking for an unknown for the Karate Kid, the new Karate Kid, because they send the message, we're looking for you, we're looking for a Karate Kid. And that's really good. I think, it's really cool. I love it when we get a movie from a popular franchise and we get an actor we haven't seen or known about. And I think that's really awesome what they're doing. And I'm so glad that Ralph Macchio is going to be part of it. My question is, I have two questions. First, is my man William Zabka, Johnny Lawrence, going to show up? Because I love Johnny Lawrence's character. And, maybe Cobra Kai ends that story with Johnny Lawrence. But it would really be cool to see that. And also, are the characters from Cobra Kai going to show up in this movie? A lot of questions. And also, since Jackie Chan's in this, are we going to get maybe a cameo, or is Jaden Smith going to come in this movie? But, yeah, so that's all we kind of talked about right now. But it's good news here. This movie's coming along, and hopefully we can get more news in the coming months. Alright, now let's go on to some of our bigger topics today. And that first topic is this one. Superman Legacy. Nicholas Hoult lands role of Lex Luthor, according to Deadline. Now, I would say he hasn't landed it yet. They're in the final talks, which basically confirmed that Nicholas Hoult is going to be a Lex Luthor. We heard a few months ago that he was in the running for Superman, and we thought, Nicholas Hoult doesn't really fit that description. But everyone was saying he would make a fantastic Lex Luthor. He's been in the superhero genre before. He's played Beast in the X-Men movies, and those movies were great, and he kind of got sidelined a bit. But he's been doing some excellent work after that. He did Renfield, which was an absolute fun time. I saw Renfield in theaters, and Nicholas Hoult was so great in that. He was just in the, what was it? The Menu. Yeah, The Menu, which he was great at. He made me really hate his character a lot. And I think that's what you need to bring to this role as Lex Luthor. And I think that Lex Luthor in this movie is not going to be presented as a main bad guy. He's not going to be the main bad guy. Because we've already had movies where we've seen Lex as the main bad. What's going to happen in this film, I feel like, is he's going to be kind of, the other voice saying, why is Superman here? We can't trust this guy just because he wears our American blue colors. He's an alien. Why should we trust him? And I'm really excited to see Hoult dive into this role. And he's joining a pretty great cast we've got so far. He's joining David Cornsweet, which a photo just came out about him, about how jacked he looks. And he's looking like Superman, guys. He's looking big, strong. He's looking like Superman. And Rachel Brosnan as Lois Lane. Now, what I've seen is David Cornsweet. He's not well known. He was in that movie Pearl. That's kind of like the first time we saw him in. He's in this. Rachel Brosnan, she's a big name on TV. But she's never really made the transition to film. So I think this could do it for her. And also, Nicholas Hoult. I think Nicholas Hoult is going to be a draw to this movie because he's a very, very well-known actor. People know him. People know his work. And I think people really like him. And he also was in that Mad Max Fury Road movie, which he was very good in. I'm always watching clips from that movie all the time because it's so good and so enjoyable. But I'm really excited to see what type of Lex Luthor James Gunn's going to give us. It's very exciting. And I know this is just a casting, but the cast for this is looking really interesting. We just got that casting a couple days ago, or maybe a week ago, of the villain that's going to be in the movie. And she's a member of the Authority, so you can kind of see the connectedness going on in this universe James Gunn is trying to create. And, I would hate to say, but this is probably my most anticipated movie of 2025. And in 2025, we are getting a lot of superhero movies, guys. We're getting like 4 Marvel movies. And we're getting this. And this movie has to hit good. It has to be good. Because if it's not, you got to start this off good. Because DC is not having a good does not have a good what is the word for it? Good track record at the box office right now. Or fans. I was looking at Aquaman tickets the other day for cause tickets were on sale. And I went to go buy my ticket at my local AMC. I talked about this in my reaction that No one else bought tickets, guys. No one else bought tickets. So Aquaman is most likely going to tank, but this is when the DC is going to start. And this is when I think people are going to go see this movie, not because of the actors in it, but because they trust in James Gunn. He gave us Guardians movies. Some people probably don't know, like, about James Gunn and all that he's doing, but I think, like, he's going to put a really interesting take on this character especially. So yeah, that's all we got on that topic. Now, our final topic. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but I am a huge Spider-Man guy. I liked Spider-Man 4, but until I read the Ultimate comic series of Spider-Man, it's when I fell in love. And No Way Home came out, and I got to see my friend Andrew Garfield come out. And I fell in love with this character, and I love where they left him off. And so we've also had these spin-off Sony movies with Venom, Morbius, Kraven, Madam Web. And they've been, okay. They've been okay so far. But a new rumor has come out. A rumor, not confirmed, a rumor that Spider-Man 4 will pave the way for a crossover between the Sony characters. Now, if we go into the article that Gamerant kind of reported on, this is the one I'm looking at, that Spider-Man 4 is not a sequel. That's what it's saying. It's not a sequel. It's a soft reboot. But it's with the same actor, and which kind of makes me question, like, reboot, like, how would you do that? Are you rebooting it so this is not going to be an MCU film anymore, this is going to be a Sony film? And bringing those Sony characters into the MCU is interesting. But, like, would these actors want to do it? You look at Tom Hardy. He's already in his third Venom movie. He might want to go do other things. Like, does he really want to commit to maybe 3 or 4 more Spider-Man movies that he might be in? And also we got Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's been in the MCU. And now he's going to be Kraven, and now that's going to be in the MCU? Like, what's going on? Is Madam Web, Madam Web has not had the most positive response online, guys. It has not been positive. Not been positive at all. And if that movie's not great, do you really want that connecting to your Spider-Man movies, which have had great box office and has been given great ratings? You look at the Rotten Tomato score for all these Spider-Man movies that Sony's done. They might have been the best movies. They might have been people's favorite Spider-Man movies. But I think every Spider-Man movie they've done has been over 90% Rotten Tomatoes, and audiences have loved it. Now, I have certain things I want to see in a Spider-Man 4, especially if this is more of a street-level movie. I would love them. I would, love to see, some new Spider-Man characters. We already know MJ. We already know Ned. Well, let's meet some new characters, Let's meet a Gwen Stacy in this universe. Let's meet a Harry Osborn, a new Norman Osborn. I also really want them to introduce Black Cat. I'm a very big fan of Black Cat. And maybe get Sable International in there. So many things you can do. And I don't think... And I've heard also this might be like a Daredevil crossover. My thing about that is, I would like to see a Spider-Man movie where he's street level. Maybe a cameo of Daredevil saying, like, you gotta get better at this whole street hero thing. This is gonna be the first time we see Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Tom Holland, without the Avengers, without Tony Stark, without Happy Hogan. He's lost things, and I think we gotta go through that. And I don't know if making another multiverse type of movie connecting these Sony characters to Tom Holland is the best idea. I think they just need to work on a story. But overall, I am excited for this Spider-Man 4 because I believe each Spider-Man movie has made above $1 billion. No Way Home, almost $2 billion. So this is a franchise I think you want to keep going. But I would love to see some new things in there. I would love to see Spider-Man in New York, swinging around, going against maybe Scorpion, going against Shocker, kind of what the Spider-Man games have done. And also, could we also get Miles Morales in here? Is that going to be part of Sony, or is that going to be part of the MCU? I don't know. But it's just a rumor right now. Nothing's confirmed. But yeah, that's going to be that. That is going to be it for this episode of Let's Talk About It. Major news coming out. We're probably getting some more news on some more stuff in the coming days, and I'll make sure we'll get another episode about that later. And also, guys, our December is jam-packed right now. I'm going to give you a lot more content in December. We got our Aquaman 2 review coming out. We're going to be watching What If. We're going to be watching What If and Percy Jackson at basically the same time. So we got a lot of stuff coming out. But thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like and leave a comment on the video. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time.